under attack.
It's kind of like the older downside when you ran the big co-ops. Like, you didn't go for Sonic Wave because you didn't have the mana pool to support it.
He's got one Sage's Mask. He might actually buy a second, start building up for that Orchid, just getting a lot of mana reach for this lane to just keep up the harassment. See what he does. I'm still just looking at TSpirit and waiting for them to try to make a play, and they finally used the Smoke of Deceit on Earth Spirit and Shadow Demon. This is the kind of play that just has to work out. They're rotating to mid, Iceberg is setting up.
The kick's off target though, and it just drops over on the Wisp, but Loda then just initiates onto Iceberg. As Loda, oh well, very deep underneath the tower, EGM's gonna tether himself forward, but Arcade, he rotated over, which means they're gonna guarantee kill over on Iceberg. EGM, he is low, but like this is your two supports that committed a smoke gang trying to kill off the Wisp. He almost gets lined up by the Black Dragon. It's not possible. Loda's still going ham. Ramsey has the bigger rotation. The toss back and Loda, he walks into the cooldown. Rincewood in a bit more of a random position. And with the rotation in from the Faceless Void, he'll find his level 6. And they get a big kill onto Alliance. They bring down the mid Tiny.
That wasn't too great for TSpirit, but it was good enough. Just trading 2 for 2 right now is good. Even
the swing golden experience like is always going to go your way when you're this far behind.
Yeah, they made the rotation though. They committed a lot. They sent all 5 heroes mid for that play. They rotated over the Void. They ported in the Gyro, and that of course is ultimately going to cost them a tier 1 tower bottom. So in the grand scheme of things, probably not even worth it after all. But they have to try. If they're not making plays, this map is falling apart very, very soon. So. You gotta look for more of this from TSpirit, but then just a bit better execution, as you said. The kick missed, and it really impacted the...
They're gonna go with S4. Chrono straight up. Don't give S4 time to get out there with a call down the Rocket Barrage. Really nice position from Afterlife. He actually gave enough space with that Chronosphere that Ramses could move up the side of the Chrono and let the Rocket Barrage damage hit into S4. But the trade-off is tier 1 tower on bottom lane Bulldog, and he's already got his level 1 Necro.
Yeah. Minute 8:30.
Yeah,
that's very, very fast. He could be looking at a sub 15 Necro 3 on this Beastmaster, or around 15, especially if they get another tower or Roshan. That is very, very good timing. Arceus, however, not too high level actually. Alliance's supports are not really far ahead of the Radiant supports, so...
Well, Arceus spent most of his time just influencing the lanes or ganking behind. Yeah. Like, the only camps he's farmed up was the one where Ramses is right now, up next to the Radiant Secret Shop, and that's because he had vision there. That's another big thing to point out. Alliance had very aggressive vision on the map, but they just lost 2 of their aggressive observer wards. The one, which was dewatered up here on the hill next to the Radiant Ancients, and the other one directly behind the tier 1 tower in the mid lane. They now actually, like, they even have a single... They don't have a single ops ward on the field. Like, they actually have to rely on the Beastmaster Hawks of Bulldog to see. Not that's really much of a downgrade.
That is pretty much what's happening right now. Just saw 2 heroes farming the jungle. A little bit of family farming here from Goblack and Afterlife. Interesting to note, by the way, Goblack didn't skill Shadow Poison. This is a very unusual Shadow Demon build. It's centered around just doing as much damage as possible in the disruption combo, together with maybe a Sunstrike or the following call down Rocket Barrage. But generally, you get at least 1 point of Shadow Poison for the little vision it gives, to be able to clear out stacks, and to prevent Blink Daggers and Disruption, but obviously we're not at that state yet for Loda, but it might not take too long.
Always on a fly severe trouble, he's going to go for the kick. Manages to hit both Arcade as well as Bulldog. Also buy him time to get into the tree lines, buy a TP scroll and just get the hell out of there. He'll make a break for the tree lines. The Radiant Creep Wave is going to keep following him until he does that. They're looking to go up mid. Goblack, he gets the disruption off. The catcher as well is going to latch on the Loader, and then the Chronosphere is going to cancel the aggressive TP dip map, but Loader trying to save Loader. The Raw hits on the face of the Void, but then more! The huge Sonic Wave hits. Ramsey's cooldown still did do a lot of work, and the Loader Tiny is down. But S4 taking too much damage from Ramses with the Scream, the one charges. They're enough to keep Ramses alive. Arcade and Bulldog hot on the trail, however. The kick will come through from Always Wanna Fly, but it's a little bit too late. While Afterlife, he's basically gone AWOL. He's got Time Walk mana available, but he can't use both, and now they're going to relocate up for him. EGM, where's the Spirits? He can't TP out. Afterlife does not have the mana for it, and EGM Spirits just... Well, actually, they time out now. So EGM does not find the kill with a relocate.
This is going to take Afterlife a long time before he can get home. If he walks down right now, he'll be
Radiant's
spotted by the
bottom
quick wave, but
tower
he's
is
just gonna
under
wait up
attack.
here for like a good 15 seconds before he has mana for the TP. Hope he doesn't time walk now, then it's gonna take forever. No. He's gonna keep falling himself in.
Radiant's
Thus
bottom
again,
tower
it's
is
decent for
under
TSpirit.
attack.
They got a trade, I think they traded 2 for 3, but considering the state of the game, still pretty fine. They get levels on some key heroes, now it's level 6. They got a kill on Loda, obviously. Now Iceberg will finally be finding his Midas in just a moment.
There's also the fact that Ramsey's got that solo kill onto S4, because that's what it ended up being. So he got a lot of experience out of that too, as well as money. So the SMY is getting closer and closer for the gyrocopter.
Yeah, he's actually pretty farm. He's highest net worth.
Yep. Didn't actually see exactly how much he got for it. So yeah, killing off S4, he got 667 gold for that kill.
Yeah.
So while the Sonic Wave may have looked really impressive from S4, because he got both the Invoker as well as the Earth Spirit, like financially it didn't mean as much.
And you have to remember before that he also killed his 4 top during the chrono. So he's brought him down twice. Getting a lot for that. So this is what I was expecting from Alliance at some point. This is bound to happen. They have a really good lineup taking Roche on the Dire. TSpirit, even if they were aware of this right now, I don't think they can contest it without the chrono. They are gonna scout it out with something like, well,
They're coming.
Maybe with Earth Spirit. That hero is pretty good, I heard.
They have called down as well.
they're-
They're not there. Like maybe a couple of seconds earlier if they had a look, but how do you even stop that with the Lions? Their lineup is that terrific at taking out Roshan. Like they've got a lot of survivability.
Oh, Stone Kick misses. Oh, he's actually perfectly fine. That's a really big whiff. This gives so much information over to Lions. They're actually dealing a lot of
Chrono.
damage. North Chrono, all of them.
And 3 of them. Ramsey can't get close enough. What run? EGM is low. He still yes, he will go down and be tossed around and for another double kill in these fights. Afterlife, he was a time walk away, and he's going to be able to, negating all of that damage to Alliance. Probably going to wait another 2 seconds before he can do it again, and 2 seconds is too long. It's now 12-6 Alliance. Now this time they'll take a convincing fight, even if they do get 3-man chrono.
And the problem with that is it's such a good chrono, right? He gets a 3-hero chrono, they have Call Down on top, the Poker had nothing left. He used Meteor
Radiant's
and the
middle
Sunstrike
tower
on the
has
hero
fallen.
that escaped, which was the IO. And the reason I was here is that the kick missed, so he's free to go. He knows that there's no other catch that could have caught him right during the tether. He gets back to safety, and Alliance taking a really big fight there. Looking to not push high ground just yet, but at the very least put a lot of pressure on TSpirit and start invading their jungle a lot.
Well, they actually give a lot of respect by backing up. Like when there's no chrono down, like cooldown was coming back off cooldown, maybe that's something they were concerned about.
And Magnetize was used, so
Yeah.
they know Earth Spirit has his ultimate.
Is
It's
this
very
a-
telegraphed in the fight that he uses it. You'll know if he has used Magnetize.
Is this a good tell though for Alliance? Like, okay, so the chrono happened, but like there was no extra damage coming down from the Invoker. The Gyrocopter's damage was kind of minimal as well, and no Magnetize being used. Do they still feel confident enough against TSpirit where they can take a fight, knowing that TSpirit didn't use everything they could?
If they get the right initiation, I don't think Alliance can lose the fight. They have Loda with Aegis. If he gets in and just catches pretty much anyone, all of these Radiant heroes are really squishy. Like, it's almost a one-shot. I guess the Gyro will survive. He has pretty much health now with the SNY build-up. But the other heroes will die to Loda's combo and, like, one Scream of Pain or something. So, if they get the fight on their terms, if they catch almost any hero, this is going to be difficult for TSpirit. So absolutely, they can definitely take the fights. And that's what's so beautiful about Beastmaster, right? They'll just know a lot of the time where the TSpirit heroes are positioned. They make an educated decision on what. And until then, they can just spot.
Yep.
It's going to be a 15-minute Orchid for Quap for good timing.
Is it really worthwhile as well for the Gyrocopter to go into this SMY? Considering, like, Roar is the only other controlling factor they've got that will actually pierce immunity.
What should he go next? Yeah,
Radiant's
I still think he has to get
is under
BKB.
attack.
There's just too much damage.
Yeah.
Tiny's combo, Spirits, Queen of Pain, Scream.
He needs somebody to get out of that Orchid as well. Like,
Yeah,
if he does
the
get
Orchid
silenced,
too.
he needs to get the Rocket Barrage, Fly Cannon, and
Yeah.
all that jazz.
Absolutely. If he doesn't go BKB, he could actually be the Orchid target. Although I think there are other higher priorities for S4, but
Well, Afterlife's going to be one of them. Can't time walk himself away, Shadow Strike, but nice ball down. A perfect 3-man kick and the bonus It only catches Arcane, but with a boulder forward, okay, maybe it wasn't that great. They lose 2 in return for it. The Beastmaster, well, it looks like Bulldog tried to come in from behind. Iceberg cannot get himself out of this one. Ramses is getting rid of the Necro units, and maybe he will. 13 HP. The Shadow Strike will fly forward towards Ramses, but does not hit the target they wanted. And now we see if EGM, like sometimes you don't put it past him to go for those kind of things, and Ramses is actually escorting Iceberg back, just in case.
I would really like to see Loda get a blink over this X. I know that Alliance, obviously, with the IO can farm really fast and feel like they have good control of the game, so you can just look for that greedy late game build. But it's just, when you have a Beastmaster like this and you have all that vision in the world, Loda should just be able to kill pretty much anyone. That fight was not an example of where he needs the blink, right? Because he got a combo on 2 heroes, but
yeah,
they kind of set it up for him with the way they placed the chrono and walked in. But again, Alliance were not the initiators. So Spirit making the first move, that's obviously going to be more of a tendency when you can't get in with the tiny first.
Is it a mindset that Alliance can have, though, where you just wait for the late game? Like, you feel like with a Wiz Tiny, once he gets his Axe, once he gets his Assault Cuirass, like, then you just start taking out buildings and everything is right with the Alliance world.
I mean, there's no problem in playing it like this. It's not like it's a bad choice. It's just, I personally would have preferred the Blink Dagger build, because I think he would find extra kills and maybe in the end almost reach the Aghanims at the same time. Maybe 2 or 3 minutes later, but then you have a Blink and you've created a lot of space for your team and won some fights. But...
well, it's mainly the space creation I was thinking about, because you have Team Spirit who are able to, like, they're feeling confident enough that they can initiate. Like, they've got, the second chrono comes back off cooldown, it's like, okay, now we can go, we've got a high level Sunstrike, maybe we can get the catcher off. Like, we get a pick here and there, instead of it's Alliance with the Blink Tiny, finding a pick there, and keeping Team Spirit on the back foot, and having to gather as 3, 4, 5 even, because they're just worried about getting ganked by Alliance, or being watched by Alliance even.
And it shouldn't be too scary to play super aggressive as Loda either, right? You know you have a Wisp on backup that can just relocate you out of Chronosphere, so that's why I personally would like. But regardless, the game is obviously looking very good for Alliance. They have a big lead, 7,500 gold, 5,000 experience, and they've sabotaged Team Spirit's courier so it can't pick up items anymore.
Wait,
we're looking fine. That's what the pause is. Apparently their courier can't get items, Godlike said. I don't know what's going on with that. That sounds like a really unusual and weird bug, but...
well, you can have the bug where the courier will disappear from you and you can't select the courier, so you have to use nothing but hotkeys. Like, which is a bit of a pain in the ass sometimes, but I guess most pro players just use hotkeys only anyway.
Yeah. I have no idea what's going on, honestly.
The courier looks fine to us, but for those who haven't had that, the courier will actually disappear into the ground. It will just be a circle with an animation effect hovering over the top of it. Also like, too, that Invoker is now, like, in the middle of a pause, he throws his spirits out to the side. It's like a magic trick. Smoke and mirrors, man. I think when you do this kind of stuff, too, the effigies move off to the side. I am very happy that this is Godlike's, like, effigy. One of the oldest Abaddon players. He believed in this hero a long time before anyone else did.
Yeah.
But that's a very free... wait. I have never seen Abaddon's face until this point. That's... what is that?
Sure, you can't see it in game.
But we can see it in effigy form when we're paused. That's...
like it's inspired by, like, a female orc.
Have we just cracked the mystery of Abaddon? Abaddon is actually not a man, it's a female orc.
Yes, it looks like, not is.
Okay, they're just a very feminine man. That's just... I can never look at Abaddon the same way again.
Oh, that's such a... oh my god. That's such a sad effigy that EGM has with the orc.
This one?
All dreams eventually disappear. Oh man.
Such a moody kind of guy.
How to be a pessimist? And then load up Bulbasaur's confused.
He's had that one for a very long time.
The Ake one is very...
Hang on, let me go up for your Ake one. The moment. God. I kind of miss this here. I know I was playing around just joking about, like, the hero pickup before, but, like, the Bristleback and the Keeper of the Light combo, Like, I was expecting something like that out of TSpirit, like something more unusual that Goldblack believes he could exploit, because that was always like the Goldblack draft. It was a thing for a very long time where he would exploit any kind of like imbalance in combinations that he could find, and he'd actually pick it to a point where even if the enemy countered him, he'd still pick it. He's just a little stubborn that way.
Well, I honestly don't have a clue what's going on right now. So, if they can't use the courier...
We can't reload.
How are we gonna solve that right
We
now?
can't reload.
This is such an awkward situation. Did they have to, like, just play without courier? Or maybe they should try to buy a new courier. Maybe that one can get the items.
But then you're also expending another, like, 400-ish.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money to burn when you're already behind.
I don't think I've seen this bug before. It's so strange.
What, where you can't use a courier?
Maybe once, but it, like, goes away. You can, like, try to reconnect.
Maybe you're just like a lucky duck. Like, I've had a lot of bugs where you can't hold on, that you can't use the courier at all. So you can't select it. Like, it's hotkey only. And even then, it's just a circle that delivers you your
But if
items.
it's hotkey only, that's also fine. Like, then they can obviously use...
Yeah.
I always only use the hotkeys, so I might have had that bug a lot of times, but just not noticed it.
Mm-hmm. Nah. Anyway.
So, while we wait for that, I guess we can discuss why your Invoker Wex orbs are in the fountain, and mine are above the tier 4 tower mid.
Wait, what? Okay. So people are like... Sin can see the
My
Invoker
Wex
stuff
orbs are
here.
there. He is really fast. He outran his orbs by like 2 blink dagger ranges.
Master of Magic, man. This guy's like an ultimate Houdini. Like, you look at his orbs one way, and he's stealing your cash out the other one.
He's in the Radiant Fountain rubbing the courier while you're looking at the
It's the reason why you can't get your items. Iceberg actually stole everything. I'm actually interested to see what Iceberg goes into for this next item. Because you're looking at, like, obviously Alliance is adding a lot of pressure early on. Like, do you try and battle this with maneuverability? Like, do you go for your Blink and Force Staff? Or is Aghanim still the path you want to go down? And do you feel confident? Like, you got a hand of Midas, so there's more money kicking in for the Invoker.
I think
Do you have enough time?
I think Eggs is very good when you have this much setup for him. There's so many stuns that he can cycle his spells in. You have Chronosphere, you have Earth Spirit Kick, you obviously have the cooldown for some slow, Shadow Demon Disruption.
Does he have time to get to the Ags though? Before Alliance really start forcing the issue? Because this tiny Ags is coming online, like, well, almost now. Like, he's 237 gold away.
I think at this point you kind of have to bank on it, because the Blink Dagger is not going to make enough of a difference, I feel. He needs to stand far back anyway, probably, and have his team set him up. And if they do it properly, he shouldn't need a mobility item for that.
Unless the Void's like leaping forward to Chronosphere, then you want to go like in there right away.
Yeah, generally the combo you want to use in Chrono would be Deafening Blast Meteor, and they both have decent cast ranges, so if he's like 700 range behind, that's good enough. He doesn't have to get into melee range. Of course, it's great if you have like that Yule's Blink combo and you can solo kill heroes, but that's not really the position TSpirit are in right now.
No, they're not.
If he goes for those items and it works, then he's still just delaying his late game impact. And that late game, they want to reach a point when they feel like they can start looking at a late game as soon as possible.
Well, the only way that's really going to happen is if Alliance put themselves into a bad position for a team fight.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of it. Like, that's all this is building up to right now. It's really the point when you kind of wish there was a disruptor pickup over on TSpirit, so then like you could catch Alliance slightly out of position, glimpse them back, and have something like, and then you got your combo on top. But like the Shadow Demon, I'm still not feeling the magic out of it yet. Like, unless you want to start kiting with Purge, the tiny, it's
decent.
It's decent, yes.
I don't think they would have picked this hero if it wasn't for Beastmaster. I think it's the main reason they got it.
Just to save that hero who gets initiated on.
But I haven't seen that play yet, I think. I don't think they've used a defensive disruption yet.
Well,
They've
how many times have you seen a Raw? Like in the times that Bulldog came into the fight, like the one he did it was near the tier 1 tower and he came in behind. Like, I wasn't even watching that part of the fight, I was going further north at that point. But by the time we got down to him, he was dead. And
he was
solo.
talking about that? Didn't finish Decker 3. he went Blink Necro 1. That's pretty unusual. Gives him more solo pickoff potential, but
it's kind of funny you do that as well when you're probably not looking in a position where you can take out more towers on the map. So there's no heavy injection of money coming from that front.
yeah.
So that's also like, but they have to keep the momentum up. And Roshan's not like this. Aegis the Immortal is only going to last for another 45 seconds ish.
I think Alliance can chill and wait for the next one if they want. They should be out farming TSpirit now that Loda goes for this farm intensive build. He has Ags and 2 gold. They have obviously the Wisp together with him. Farming will be very easy and quick. And they have a lot of safety with them. So there's multiple ways of playing this for Alliance right now actually.
But the other advantage is TSpirit can't stack for the Gyrocopter. Like you want to look at it like an ancient stack on this map. Once that Tiny's got Nag at him, except like you just stack once and you farm it straight away.
Yeah, he can easily contest it. And they will obviously, again, the Hawks, very good. Vision is good.
They see all.
Vision is good, kids. Buy wards.
I still want to give massive props to RK. Within the first 6 minutes, like you could see his movements, and not only just the movements, but the warding. Like they saw everything. That first TP out where they saw the aggressive Observer ward down, and the fact they took that out as well, gave more momentum to the mid. As looks like hopefully the courier bug has been fixed, so we get ourselves back underway. I shouldn't have said it. I shouldn't have. I'm sorry, Sin. I'm sorry.
They dropped some stuff and picked it up with the courier. Now it hasn't earned an award that was dropped on the ground first. So I'm not sure what they're paused for. If this is some other items than they bought. The courier's just starting to shit out random items. Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's like we've got a couple of Valve members in the building which can start looking into this.
That's something. As long as they can at least get their items off it, and it's not as bad.
Nothing's trapped on the courier.
Yeah.
But does anyone actually have enough money? Like, if we bring this... Hang on, that's not the menu I wanted. I want that one. So the current goal, no one on TSpirit has enough money to actually buy a full new courier again. Like, you can buy a ground walking one, but you can't fly it.
Honestly, what the hell? This is so random. I don't know what to say.
So it's difficult for like the team members to do anything about it. Like, because what do you do? My thing doesn't work.
I mean, you shouldn't be able to just fix this in some random way during the game. I think you have to, you know, if it's a bug in the patch, it has to be patched out.
Yeah.
And they won't reload and remake.
No.
So if
it's out of the player's
and
control.
Restarting Dota doesn't work, then there kind of is no solution.
So TSpirit had to basically play with a handicap up against Alliance when they're already behind.
I think the courier not working is actually not the biggest problem they have right now.
I will definitely agree with you. They've got a lot of other bearing things on them.
The main problem in this game is that only Gyro has farm. We've been talking a lot about him and Invoker looking to make some progression on items, but he is so far behind. And this Void is ultra under. Looking at minute 17, he has Treads, Headdress.
Yeah, the
Vlad's is minute 20 plus in this game.
The funny thing is though, I'm still okay with this. Because like, Faceless Void, like we've seen the reason why he keeps getting picked up time and time again, like this unbelievable like Chronosphere timing which you can get from him, just opens up the field so much. And Ramses then has space being created by Void, as well as by the Earth Spirit. So with the two of these guys together, he's good, and if they do initiate, like Alliance initiate on Ramses, he just gets defensively disrupted.
The main problem is Alliance technically doesn't even need to engage with their lineup. They can just hit buildings. Put Loda in front, you have a max range tether that doesn't break, just stand far back with the Wisp, and they have to go on the Tiny. But all TSpirit really have is an AoE combo. The single target is pretty weak, and if Loda's at the front lines with Overcharge and then Aegis, killing him twice before he destroys that tower and opens up the engage route for Alliance is like almost impossible.
So then the simple solution is wait till this Aegis time is out and prepare for the next Roshan.
Yeah. Their best choice, I think, is to try to fight next Rosh. I think if they give that Aegis, they lose a lane of Rax. That's... seems fairly plausible right now, that's how it's gonna go.
And I can just see that happening.
We need the game resumed, because else nothing's gonna happen.
Stop asking for so much, Syndrome.
Yeah, okay. Let's just theory craft how this game is going to end and then leave. Alright, so...
You can do the Blitz Challenge.
What's that?
The Blitz Challenge is like, well, normally you do this at the end of the draft, but you work out in like a space of 5 minutes when the game will end and by who.
Okay.
That's the Blitz Challenge.
Okay, Alliance is going to win this game minute.
It isn't. Well, you don't know exactly when Roshan...
20 to 25.
20 to 25?
Yeah, they're winning between 20 and 25.
See, I still believe that...
okay, 22 to 27. Is that allowed?
22 to 20... No, that's fine. That's fine. You can make a 5-minute window. 22 to 27 is fine.
That seems plausible. I like 22.
See, for me, like, if I was going to back Alliance, I don't think they're going to do it on the first push. I think they're going to have a lot of trouble going into TSpirit. Maybe not as much because Shadow Poison's not there. But... yeah. The funny thing is, like, even with all the advantage of Alliance, I still think they will be held out to 45. They'll actually still have to wait about 45 minutes into the game. Because, like, their lineup is great for pushing up, but they're not instantly going to wipe TSpirit. Like, they're going to have casualties when they go high ground. So, and TSpirit will TSpirit will make them fight to the end. So, on my part of the Blitz Challenge, I'm saying this is going to be more of a 42 to 47 win for Alliance.
42 to 47 minute win.
Yep. I actually think it's going to take a long time for Alliance to end it. Yep. They're gonna back up. They're gonna play safe. They're gonna go for this Roshan. They'll take one ranks on the next Aegis the Immortal.
There's no way. This
and there's gonna be one team fight that goes wrong for them that TSpirit will end up taking.
I'd be very surprised if we go beyond 30 minutes. And if we do, no, this game cannot go beyond 35. I really don't think so.
See, this is the reason why you're the analyst and I'm the caster.
Well, I mean,
I sit here in the fairy world of like, this is an amazing game which could happen in this way.
It is.
And you're there going, this is reality.
It's just, it's very unlikely. Let's put it that way. So when I'm saying it can't, it's not like Alliance have an absolutely ridiculous lead and can't lose this game, and mistakes can't happen. Of course they can, but
yeah.
Knowing how this team plays right now, what position they're in the game, what generally happens when Alliance are in this position in the game is that the game will end within.
I will not disagree with you.
If it doesn't, you know, the perspective in this game is that if TSpirit get one very good team fight, let's say they get a 5 for 1, or 5 for 2, or 4 for 1 or something, then they probably buy themselves literally 10 minutes. But that one fight has to happen first, and
yeah,
it's very difficult to find it, but they have to look for it. It's their way back into the game as a team fight. That's a given.
They just need that opening. Versus an opening up against a Hawk and like an army of Enchanters which could be scouting out. Like, you think you've caught 2 heroes, technically you got 4 because it was relocate with the tiny.
Yep. Yeah, we haven't even really seen them use reload yet. They used it once. He didn't catch the Void top when he tried that.
And then the other relocate was when he came into middle lane to help Tiny try and clean up the tier 2 tower, which they didn't do either.
Oh yeah, you're right. He used a reload there too.
No.
But that wasn't for a fight, that was just...
Yeah. And even then they didn't finish the push, so...
Yeah.
Actually kind of a surprise, like, has there been any other times? Like, it's just the 2, right? The only 2 I've seen.
Only the 2. Pretty sure.
Oh. Interesting. I don't think we can theory craft this game anymore, Sint. Like, we've kind of hit the limit.
I mean, what we can do is we can theory craft what would have happened if TSpirit's early game went better.
What if they didn't have a gyrocopter on a cliff, like the first part of the game?
Now we can start theory crafting what happens if TSpirit do well early.
Well, if TSpirit do well early, you're gonna get a gyrocopter with a BKB.
Why are we doing this?
And moving in, it's because we got time. Like the gyro will get a BKB, it'll finish that up, and actually be looking into a damage dealing item. Then Alliance will actually have to worry about like a large amount of damage coming out from just the gyro. So even if the chrono doesn't hit properly, you're gonna have like flat cannon being a real problem for you. The Invoker will then just need to find space to catch up with Aghanim Scepter.
What if Roshan just has a bad day and he's like, fuck it, and he starts running out of the pit? Which base do you think he would attack first? Who does he have the biggest grudge against, the Dire or Radiant?
Well, it's definitely gonna be the Dire side. Like, Alliance has done bad things to Roshan's family.
I guess the Dire side in general has killed him more times, right? Yeah, he probably hates the Dire a bit more.
But why does he then choose to live on the Dire side? Is he a glutton for punishment?
I don't think he chose that. It's like the only cave that's even remotely big enough for him.
You know, I actually want to ask the major question. Whatever happened to the baby eyes that were there? There was a cave in the Roshan pit which had like the little eyes that came out. We always assumed like it was like Roshan's family sitting inside the pit.
Lions killed his family too.
Wow.
They actually didn't even do it for the ages. They're just morbid.
Is that now actually what is on these? No, that's Chris Cruel. What's on these spikes? Technically, whose family is this that's currently like on the spikes inside the Roche pit?
That is the enemy team that tried to contest Alliance in level 1 Roche.
So now Alliance is leaving their junk inside of Roshan's pit. Roshan has literally become a garbage dump. It happens after fights with like all the items that get dropped on the ground.
It generally is a garbage dump for items. So.
It's like I need to drop a TP scroll so I can pick this up. I need to drop a salve. I've been carrying it forever. I need to drop a mango. No, we never drop a mango.
Alright, let's try something else.
Okay.
You need to cook a dish with 3 different creeps from neutral camps. What would you put in it, and what would you make?
From 3 different creeps?
Yeah. Would you make like a stew, or a pie, or a soup? Ochre Bruce's soup.
I would make a stir fry.
Stir fry?
I'd make a stir fry. Obviously you'd want to have some really tender muscle. So I'd actually use a hellbear to pummel a centaur.
Okay.
Just so you can actually have tenderized meat. Oh, obviously the big one. Come on, like we're making American-sized dishes here.
What if you just took the 2 hellbears and then you have tomato and potato soup?
That could work.
All right.
But you gotta add the spice, and
Yeah.
the spice comes from the Satyr Perch creep.
Yeah.
Because he adds an electrical tingle to your food.
Yeah.
Obviously, people with braces cannot eat this food.
What about the harpy? The chain lightning harpy.
I don't know, like harpy is gonna be nothing but bone, man. Like it's gonna be the illegal runway models, the ones which like need to go and eat. Like there's just no meat on that.
Which neutral creep do you think has the most expensive pelt?
Are we like going for like is this like an ivory search or something?
Yeah, who would you make like any sort of jewelry or jacket out
it
of?
would have to be the Black Dragon.
The Black Dragon hide?
Is
that more expensive than the Thunder hide?
It wouldn't just be the hide, like you know, like how like hunters of old they would like skin lions and wear their stuff.
Say the
just
hunters
like
of old when they hunted drag.
when Sean Connery was
Back in the days
the last dragon. We all know it was Sean Connery. But no, like wouldn't that be like the greatest thing you'd have? Like then you'd have like your Black Dragon headpiece, but because they look so docile, the Black Dragons in Dota, that it would be like, well, you didn't really kill a smart dragon. Like the dragon came over and skewered himself on a catapult.
Alright, click the Black Dragon in the Radiant Ancient camp.
Yeah, it's his face. Like his face. Like come on. Would you if you were in front of a huge army and you had to make them fear you, and then you just had this red tongue coming down the top of your face, and it's just like, do you fear this?
I can't possibly imagine this creature existing in the real world. I just can't.
You know what he reminds me of? I actually think that he just also I was about to say he's a vegetarian, a carnivore, but he's just like ripping apart this tree. He is like a full-on vegetarian.
That's actually a really good shot. That looks awesome.
I was just thinking he's an anteater because of the tongue.
I don't know. I don't know.
He is licking ants off this tree right now. Like the teeth are a mere distraction. And so he can just like rake apart the bark, so he can get through into the juicy ants which are in the middle of the tree.
I mean, it's not like they generally go hunting, so they have to access what this is like the only thing they can get.
Well, how do you even survive as an ancient creep? Because technically, like, your food area source, like your resources, are limited to a small area where you refuse to run away from.
Maybe they do the same thing as seagulls do, where they like stomp the ground really fast to simulate rain, so that the worms come out of the ground. That they eat.
I never knew that.
That's why they do that weird thing. You're like, alright, the seagull is tripping. And they just stand there and they're stomping really fast like they're having the time of their life.
Well, sorry, the only thing I've ever seen a seagull eat is chips.
That's what they eat where you come from. And
Because I only saw them at a beach. I've never seen a seagull hunt for a worm by tapping his feet on the ground.
am I mentioning the wrong bird? Is it seagulls? I think seagulls do that. I'm pretty sure.
Seagulls definitely tap their feet like that.
Yeah, I think so. It's a pretty cool strategy, actually. I wish I could like just tap my feet on the ground and then a burger would come out. Then I'd just take that.
That would
be super good.
I would not want to eat a burger that actually comes from the ground.
I mean,
that's a little like there's got to be some grit in that.
Hey, Matt. That's a kind of good point. But a burger's a burger. So
any goal. Actually, want to know an interesting story about feet?
Okay.
It's actually Dota related too. It's Dota related as well, so we can actually bring it back to the international. At TI1, for those that don't know, I think you actually know this story, but people on the stream may not. But at TI1, the booths were set up so they were connected and the players were staring at each other through the glass. And obviously during the event they realized that people could actually look at the glass and the reflection and see the other screens. So they put this frosting up so you couldn't see over.
Yeah.
But they still had this box that was connected. And when the Chinese teams were about to go for a gank, they would vibrate their feet in the floor like a seagull, and just like onto the floor, and they're just like because they're coming in for the kill. And Dendy was telling me this. He's like, at that point, they then backed away from the fight because they realized the Chinese were going to initiate on them.
Oh my god!
So they moved away from the fight because they heard
the truth of how Navi won TI1.
Obviously, they realized
they knew every single gank was coming because of the seagull fact.
Exactly. We have now realized the reason why they could win that TI and no other TI.
That's a horrible...
Because the boxes were separated every other TI.
That is such a horrible combat strategy. We're coming for you! Here's a warning. It's not like we declare war on you. We declare war on you and we're gonna attack this city of yours at 12 o'clock tomorrow. Be ready. We will show up with this weaponry. And we will come from this position.
But isn't it meant to be an intimidation thing anyway? Like, oh, the army is coming forward. Are we really stealthy? No, we brought drums.
Or
you can hear us coming from a mile away.
Maybe there's an earthquake in Germany, so let's be careful with. Let's go away from our monitors and let them kill us and save our lives instead.
Wow.
All right.
You know what?
Statsman's back. Maybe he was using the courier.
You know, I was worried yesterday because I cast the MVP series. Like, I cast MVP versus Secret. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to actually have that much time to talk on a live stream this group stage.
Yeah, that game was pretty cool.
Yeah, that game was really, really cool. Because they don't let me on the panel. I believe I'm a negative effect.
I'm looking for
something new. Like,
yeah.
You've been playing this game for a very long time, man. But you actually notice, like, you know who a Wild Wing Ripper reminds me of?
No?
Barney Stinson. He could never take a bad shot. Like, you just look at the way his head's positioned. Like if you actually say, like, someone looks like they're wearing a suit out of all of the creeps, it would most definitely be a Wild Wing Ripper.
I'm very surprised that a beaked bird would remind you of Barney Stinson.
The face looks like it looks like Neil Patrick Harris. Do you know? Okay.
I don't see it. What I do see, however, is that the Kobold soldier in the Kobold camp actually really does look like a new recruit. It's like something from... That's the foreman.
Are you on this guy?
That's a regular Kobold. There's one called Kobold soldier.
Alright, where is he? Where is he? I can't
find it!
Is he?
Yep,
there we go. Yeah, he looks like a red coat.
Yeah. Alright, we've resumed.
Alright. Well, welcome back to the game. The courier is moving items out and transferring it to Gold Black, so yay, everything seems to be working again.
Awesome.
So, now we see about theory craft. What time did you say before? You were
22 to 27.
22 to 27, and I was sitting at, I don't even remember, because really, does my opinion even count when it comes to that kind of stuff?
I'm actually just, I've completely lost track of the game, gotta admit.
Just think like Troy Bolton, man, get your head in the game.
Alright, there goes Aegis. They will know, well, we will know. Let's see, that's a really fast respawn.
Yeah, it's within the first minute of the 3 potential.
Yep. Alright,
so you got your actions over on Tiny. You're saying you keep farming up until this point. The Radiant Observer Ward from TSpirit is not close enough to see Roshan. This for me is a bit of a concern. But already, like, you notice the Observer Ward down from Alliance, they're watching the front side of the pit. They know the second TSpirit try and even get wards over there.
Yeah.
They're going to be very aware of the vision game of TSpirit, and now they're actually trying to play against it. They smoke up.
This is a very interesting aggressive smoke here for the top lane. They're assuming someone's going to go and defend against Loda, and they actually have a very good flank move prepared. Oh, the Void. The Void's dead.
Raw's been committed. They're making sure he can't time walk out there, and the Orc is able to ensure that. So 41 seconds without a Faceless Void means a guaranteed tier 2 tower. With a Tiny... Like, you don't go any further than this, right? Like, you still look to go down the bottom lane, make sure you don't lose your tier 1 tower there.
They might still go. The Void, without the Void, it's very difficult TSpirit. Oh, they actually just give them a freebie here.
They're gonna go for the kick. Always want to fly, can't fly enough space with a call down for the kick. That's a big one with Pansy. With Black Cannon work the Sunstrike. They'll pick up EGM. Arcade will go down too. They basically got magnetized into a horrible position. And Alliance lose 3. The kick will be a little bit off target as S4 jukes it around the tree line. Is he looking for revenge? He's got Sonic Wave and Always Wanna Fly is walking underneath the Observer Ward. So they can see him, and yep, Always Wanna Fly is going to go down. S4 just looking to pick up the pieces. He ain't a seagull, he's a crow. And with a Sonic Wave, oh, that's more! He goes deeper and goes for more. Now the Void's going to crow him, but where's the support? The Sunstrike's going to hit hard. They need a good time lock at this one, and S4, can he get away? The whole S4, he can't get out in time. Over 1.1k gold goes away a Faceless Void. That'll finish up the Vladimir's offering, but he's still got a lot of picks before he died.
He was time dilated with like 0.1 second cooldown on Blink, so he couldn't get it off. He had plenty of time to blink, but the cooldown obviously was locked in place. That was still some really ballsy play from S4, honestly. At the end of the day, I think it's a pretty even trade actually. Him getting Gyro and Earth Spirit, but then dying to Void. Void getting all this gold is very crucial for them. It should be his...
It's the Blast.
His Blast coming out? Yeah, he has that now. Ramsey's BKB is only 800 away. And
you've got Boots of Travel for Iceberg as well.
Alliance may be overextending there a little bit. They're still maintaining a good lead and should be looking toward Roche very soon when it spawns here in about 30 seconds.
Where did Iceberg actually get all this money? So now he's got BTs. Which does delay up his Ag and himself, but he's got another 1400 gold on him. He can pick up the point boost now and sacrifice Spy back. But it's just kind of... And I'm only thinking that because I don't know when he's going to have another opportunity to move out to his own shop. Safely.
Yeah, his goal right now might just be to split push as much as he can just to buy time. For Jared to get the BKB obviously, and for himself to then build into his Ags. I still think Ags is the way.
I suppose he is the only split pusher in the game for them.
Yeah.
You can have Gyro doing a quick defense. How's Gyro looking as well? He's got the Mithril Hammer and 900 gold. So yeah, that BKB timing isn't too far out. Let's keep our eyes on Roshan. He does spawn up in 5 seconds time. We flagged this many times during our wonderful pause of build time. Where Alliance, like, this is their critical thing. I'm actually surprised that that Hawk is moving over and not watching Roshan. In fact, S4's going to walk in, realize that Roshan's alive, and everyone's going to move back over now.
Yeah, and at the same time, this split push from Ake is actually pretty strong. The Troll Creep being buffed as much as it has been, Skeleton Warriors, will bring this tower down to almost deny range. So if they get both the tower and Roche, actually, they're worried about the smoke rotation from TSpirit, so reading the map very well. Relocate is available, and I think Alliance's play here might just be push top with Loda as so much that the enemy team has to defend, and then you relocate and kill Roche. Seems to be the idea, so...
Iceberg just broke out of his mode to kill off the Hawk. He's gonna leave 4 spirits inside the pit. But yeah, you're right, this is the best play. Like, why does Alliance have to fight 5v5? Like, they don't have to. Make it so TSpirit has to choose the trade. But this is what Alliance just functions so well at. Like, they know exactly what they can get away with. I guess not even just like you can call it like rat kind of style, but I didn't even think that really applies here. It's just you know what is going to be the better trade. You force heroes to TP back and defend on top. You saw the gyrocopter there, which means you know Roshan Pit is a lot more open.
Yeah.
And Iceberg, like, what's he gonna do now? He's gonna Sunstrike, like, scan for this? Yeah, that's exactly what he does do, but it's already too late. You got Necropole Tim there, Roshan's in half-life, they cannot reach it in time. And
this is gonna be Loda getting the Aegis and then Speak Heavy, and then we're looking at the high ground push. So I'll see if they can force up the TSpirit bought enough time for that prediction to be wrong. Loda needs 300 gold, he's gonna take this Ancient again. I think it's go time straight after. I see Alliance wanting to wait around any longer.
Iceberg bought out, man. He bought a Blink Dagger, not the Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah, well, if they think the GG push is coming now, then it's better than having a point booster, probably. Right now, just having that bit of mobility. I'm not sure this is the right approach, but again, from a split push perspective, this item is better. It allows you to go that extra bit further. You can't really get relocated on because you can just blink away. So that part of it is definitely good. But in the raw 5-on-5 team fight,
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Well, this is nice with TSpirit. It's taken them almost 24 minutes to do, but they're going to finally get a tier 1 tower.
Yep.
As Alliance, there's little reason to defend this. Like, they're already going to be filling us a bait. And always when a flyer's looking to amplify everything. Like, that Veil of Discord pickup from him is really just enabling Ramses.
It's so good for their lineup in general. The Veil is exceptional.
Radiant's bottom
it's good on Earth Spirit alone. Like, you would buy it just for yourself. But then you also have Call Down, you also have Rocket Barrage, you have, I guess, no Shadow Poison yet, nope, but all Invoker spells are obviously, apart from Sunstrike, have really good synergy with
bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower
Here we go.
fallen.
Alliance starting to push out bottom.
Yeah, it's still got one remaining tower outside to
that
kill off.
That rotation top from TSpirit might have actually pushed Alliance far enough to not decide to go high ground just yet. We're gonna take the mid tier 2 instead, it looks like, so building their advantage before they go in.
They're still burning time on this Aegis while they do it. Like, they've almost used 2 minutes out of the 5 for the Aegis.
And Alliance, they're just looking for an opening. Bulldog is out scouting with his summons. If they find anyone, they can raw relocate and kill off. But TSpirit are reading the map pretty well right now and not getting caught out. Still, they lost the Ancients like you talked about. That stack is now being taken by Loda.
Yeah.
Alliance, they should be building it pretty... Yeah, they've gained quite a bit of gold in the last few minutes. They're just now farming them. So...
That Void's gonna get out of there right now. Beastmaster playing for the next units was still up. Originally, I think these guys were only intended to being like a D-ward, realizing the TSpirit moved aggressively through the Alliance jungle. But now you got the Void in the sidelines for 42 seconds. The push down mid is the trade-off now from TSpirit.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So they try and force Alliance to turn around. Fortification's available for Alliance. If they want to try and fight this, they can do it. Relocate's available for EGM too, but TSpirit just knock on the door, and that brings Alliance back. So the opening isn't really created by having Void on the sideline.
Just getting trades right now for TSpirit is just very good. They end up not getting the tower, but they bought quite a lot of time.
They just take bottom tower instead.
Yep.
Like Iceberg,
swap, and anything to bring that.
Radiant's top tower is under
we'll play bottom lane though, Loda. He actually gets the 10-second BKB duration of Ramses' burst. Caught him out in the bottom lane.
Alright, Alliance, you've got 50 seconds. Let's go.
EGM. Oh, really? Oh, 8 HP! He drops to 8.
Calculated.
He could not calculate. Okay, maybe he could have with max Sunstrike, because that wasn't a max Sunstrike. But 8 HP EGM living life on the edge. Loda's still working into this Assault Cuirass. Has he actually got... Okay, so it's the mech recipe coming out to EGM on the courier.
Disruption.
Is he just... It feels like they're just trying to buy time. Like, the kick comes through, they slow down Loda. Your current... Like, every ulti is up for TSpirit. Like, they got everything apart from the money for a Blink Dagger on Void. Like, that'll be, like, the only thing they're missing right now.
Pretty good position here, just trying to get some information.
Middle tower is under attack.
Oh,
Radiant's middle tower
little bit of
has
football.
fallen.
Really do too much, and Alliance will play it safe once again and farm up. This Aegis is not going to be used at this rate. They will get the AC. Maybe they're going to wait for the next Roche after this one. Just a couple of things that happened in the last 5 minutes kind of have delayed them. I don't think they were, with the early game they had, that they were planning for it to take this long. But TSpirit have been making quite a few good plays in the last 5 to 10 minutes that have put them in a fighting position at least.
This is what I was worried about, like, and this is the reason why like I put a longer time duration on this game, where Alliances don't feel like they can just run into TSpirit, because if one fight goes wrong, then you give TSpirit a window of opportunity to get back into this game with just a really farmed up gyrocopter and great control from the rest of TSpirit. If 2 fights go wrong, then maybe you actually lose the game. But right now they're just not wanting to take the risk, they slow it up. Don't lose the opportunities. Afterlife, oh he blinks. Fall for it, catches the Beastmaster. Iceberg on the edge of the Chronosphere, but the kick's still going to kick him perfectly. And for a nice lick wave, they relocate Loader in. The Magnifies might be down, but look at the BKB will protect him. As of now, okay, there's S4. He's chasing out the Ren. He wants the big kill. He wants the gyrocopter. Everyone else is just like, well, it's a consolation prize. The blink ball from S4, he's got him. The Shadow Strike will connect. Ramsey attempts the TP out in time, and he's actually going to survive because of that. S4 blinked in. Iceberg there with a cold snap. Earthroot will now fight back, but Iceberg, there's just so much damage coming out from Arcade. Those Lancers just flying. So 4 heroes lost for TSpirit. The gyrocopter remains alive.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Just barely. That's their saving range. He had 5x2 that would have lost so much. Okay, they're still losing a hell of a lot. Maybe they can defend.
There's still no Aegis in the hands of Lotus. That's got to be kept in mind.
Got mail on everyone.
Yeah, but unfortunately, Randy just used his cooldown. He doesn't have well, he's got 2 charges of Black Cannon available.
Yeah, it's too late.
They can just kick him. With that rack, okay, Afterlife. He's trying to distract him or do something to dissuade Alliance from continuing this attack. And they're able to do so. Alliance will just settle for the melee racks. They got another, like, maybe 2 minutes until Roshan's up.
Lotus making so much progress on the items. He's got his AC plus another 1300 gold ready.
Shiva's just got finished as well on S4.
Yeah. They're closing in on 20k lead right now. It's starting to look very good now. That was the fight that they couldn't lose that hard and still have a fighting chance in the game. Because again, Alliance can just chill and take the next Roche, and then that one will have Aegis and Cheese. And then I dare say, then this game will go. Like that's like the limit of how well TSpirit can handle this.
I'm kind of surprised that in a game like this, you're going for a butterfly build over on a gyrocopter. Like, isn't that normally the item you go when you feel like you're getting good momentum?
The evasion is very nice against a hero like Tiny. He hits super hard, and having the evasion will allow you to have a chance of man fighting. The attack speed is great for dealing out your damage very quickly with getting all the flak cannon hits off. Because their lineup wants to burst, right? They don't want Alliance to get a chance to reset and re-go with their Wisp. So from that perspective I can see it. The problem is the evasion doesn't work against the cleave. So if Lotus hitting someone else, he's still going to take the full damage instead of having a tank item. I don't know. I don't know if that's a better choice, honestly. I'm just trying to think of what he could get. He could go for a rapier and just, you know, full YOLO it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been against that, because if you're TSpirit right now, you have to realize how far behind you are. At the same time, he doesn't have very good items for activating the rapier. Attack speed's below without it.
Unless Invoker wants to start giving him a lack ready.
That is true. They could play with that, but it's only level 2 weapons.
Yeah, but not that terrific. It's still something though, and they need to actually make sure that Ramses is buffed up as much as they can for these fights. Keep him alive. It looks like TSpirit. No reason to wait. They're going to come into mid lane to try and fight, but Alliance already smoked up, prepared for this. Loader. There's the poison from Goblin, kind of a bit of a scout. They go on Bulldogs with the cooldown, and he's getting some necro units off. But where is that Chronosphere? Hasn't come out just yet. As then they use the Magnifies and Ramses. Okay. There's 4 just tries to man mode again, but it's Arcade with the damage from range doesn't work. And now the Chronosphere kicks in. But Arcade as well as ETM, they're playing the combo game, and that could be the game right there. They've lost 4 heroes, they've lost 5 heroes. A triple kill for S4. The only sacrificial lamb was Admiral Bulldog.
That was not a chrono. He actually caught 2 allies and 1 enemy in that chrono, and for that to work, I think his call of going for the chrono and quad is the absolutely right one. He had one unloaded, but there's no way they would kill him there. So he has to try for the flank play, but catches 2 of his allies on the edge of it, and then no one's there to deal damage. So that's pretty much the end of it. We're talking like 50 range, and both of them they were just inside the edge of it. the heat of the moment, you gotta make decisions there,
Radiant's
but
top barracks has
yeah,
fallen.
I think even a perfect chrono, they still lose. There's the only play he has.
They're going to try and have a crack at loader. Oh, the tether. EGM tries to go for him. He doesn't have his reload tank. Disruption on the loader. It's like a fair chunk of damage. 80 seconds on the sideline for him. And S4 also blinks at the tree line. A quick poison from Godlike Tornado. Just a second too late. They got 1,400 gold for killing off the Tiny. The downside is it all went to the Shadow Demon.
Yeah.
But at least he can afford an Ether Lens shortly. That's if the Courier... Yeah, actually, he's got it now. But you've just lost your mid racks, you've just lost your top racks. But TSpirit will fight to the end. Is that a... Okay, it's Loader's Demon Edge.
Yeah, he almost has him, Kibi. He has one Javelin in his stash. So, Alliance, yeah, they're gonna get the next rush when Loda spawns, and then they're gonna go bottom with them, Kibi. Just go hit hard. He's already preparing for that butterfly on Gyro, which, as it looks right now, will be coming out before the game ends. Getting a decent chunk of gold here from this top wave, and a few hundred to go. But Alliance just has so much margin for error now. When they get that Aegis, 25k gold lead, 20k XP, they can make a lot of misplays and still be perfectly fine.
That's quite interesting that this is, like... This isn't exactly the way I thought this match would roll out. Like, TSpirit, the two fights they lost. The first one happened, like, up in this area here. Like, with the Faceless Void being aggressive, trying to find an opening. The second fight happens a little bit further up in mid lane, up here. Low top lane, S4. S4's gonna go down. Like, this is what they wanted to do in the mid lane. Like, a quick pick and then just get the hell back and have more control of the map. But they fought all the time the big fights, when they lost Praxis as well, it was outside of their base. And then Alliance just pushed in and took it. But TSpirit's high ground defense is unbelievable. If they can just play from there.
But at the same time, you can't keep conceding map control with their lineup. You can't just let Alliance farm everything with this Tiny. You know which way it's going to go, so you have to look for plays, and it is difficult, and there is always a better position to take the fights in, but Alliance are a clever team. They're not going to give you that position. So they're just gonna... If TSpirit hide in their base, Alliance like, cool, I'll put a Hawk outside your base, and we'll farm both jungles and all three lanes. The game only ends well. So you have to try.
Is Alliance going to... Yeah, it looks like Alliance is going to concede this tier 2 tower. 30 seconds until S4 is back again. Fortification will buy him a fair chunk of time. And they just used Randy's on the front line. Loader can't initiate on him because obviously he's going Monkey King Bard, not Blink Dagger. The bottom lane also pushing a little bit too far, the TSpirit will have to retreat. So they just concede the mid tower. But this now gives, I believe, Ramsey's... Yeah, let's actually just move to our buyback test. It's probably the most critical menu right now.
He used it before.
He did, so he's got 4 minutes until that's back off cooldown. The Earth Spirit will have his though. Like, it's off cooldown in 5 seconds and in 100 gold.
What was it I said? There's no way in hell this game goes beyond 40. That was my literal quote, right?
Yeah, it was.
That was like how far I was willing to stretch how well TSpirit could do.
I think I said 42 minutes.
Space
Did I say 42?
give.
I don't even remember.
Yeah, you said 42 to 47 or something like that. And I was like, no way. We're actually closing in on it, but
Yeah.
I do think this here is the end of the road for TSpirit as far as this game.
If TSpirit don't, like, this is it for the fight. Like, if Alliance take a big fight here, then this game is over. But TSpirit, this time for the first time, they're actually going to be defending with 5 players inside their base. Disruption's already over on Loader. Actually going to start with a Purge as well. Onto Loader, the Randy follows up. Where's that Chrono? It's 40 EM, it's hit Loader, however, and the Sonic Wave from S4 is almost all of TSpirit. Half-Life assigned to Arcane, but they've lost practically everything. Randy cannot defend this by himself. Buyback or not, GG is the call. Alliance will end up doubling the kills of TSpirit, taking it in 36 minutes, 32 to 16. They were the favorites for this game, but it wasn't a simple affair.
No, they looked very dominant in the early game. That was the Alliance I was expecting to see. But then they gave TSpirit a little bit of space and made a couple of smaller mistakes that all add up. But still, there was no point in this game when you felt like TSpirit had a real fighting chance after minute 10. It just seemed like at some point you just knew this was going to happen. And in that last fight, Bulldog with a couple of style points, getting the double roar. And Tiny just clubs everyone down during it. Good Sonic Wave as well. So, yeah. Good game from Alliance, all in all. I think TSpirit, where they need to adapt a bit more for the second game, is they they need to be stronger in the early lanes because they were playing a comeback game the whole time and they never made it, so they have to be able.
It might have helped with the Jarek if it wasn't cliffed on a hillside, and the Earthspirit's first initiations had to be to zone out an Enchantress.
It definitely matters, but at the same time, it wasn't a disaster. It's not like he was stuck there for 3 minutes. He was stuck there for 1 minute, got a TP, and then went down to farm. So it lost like 5 or 6 CS, maybe a little bit of space. It's definitely something, but I do feel like the game would have gone pretty much the same.
Yeah.
They got both bounty runes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see how it goes. The series isn't over yet, as we'll go into game